Okay, so special level 2 memory request here. So thank you very much for that. Keeping this in standard tuning, E, A, D, G, B, E, and some major 7 vibes, major 7 sus vibes. The initial section here, we just kind of bounce between 2 chords and then a subtle change of it. So start here with just kind of like these middle sections of an F sharp chord. So just the 4D, 3G, 2B. Alright, and it's just kind of a quick hit on it, and then you just cut it like that. Alright, and basically you can just take what you have there, bump it up 2 frets, and then add a pinky on the B string. So we end up with a 6 on the D, 5G, 6B, and it's just part of this D flat major 7, and this couple hits on it. Alright, and we would go through those, a handful of times, maybe 8 times or so. And then we start kind of like lacing in this little variant of it, and it'll happen more towards the end of the verse where it's real subtle, but you start with that same F sharp, but don't worry about the B string so much, just kind of hit like the 4D and the 3G. Alright, and then when we take it up to the next spot, instead of having that 6B, just make it a 7. So it's just kind of 1 over with the pinky there. Keep that same 65G. Alright. And this is like a D flat major 7 with like a sus 4 thing going on. Alright, and it's that same 2 hits on it. And that'll kind of be our new little back and forth. Alright. So little subtle differences there, but once we get into the chorus, here's where you can kind of really kick on like the reverb, maybe a little bit of overdrive if you want, but everything gets a lot bigger. And we kick into this B sus2 chord. So 2A, 4, D and G, 2 on the B and E. Alright. And it's kind of like hit it, 1, 2, 3, something like that. Alright, and then there's a lot of notes that we're going to share with these chords here. Now we go for a D major 7, so basically you can just bar the 2s on the G, B, and E, and then the open D. And with this, kind of like a couple hits, 1, 2, 3, and then an F sharp minor. So just bar the 2s with the 4 on the A and the D, couple hits, 1, 2, 3, and now we do this octave, this A and G string octave walk down. The overall chord, it goes from like an E to a D, but what we want to do is like zoom up to 7A, 9G. Alright, everything else is just kind of muted. Alright, and so if you incidentally hit the other strings, they're just muted, so not a big deal. Alright, down to 5 and 7. 4 and 6, back to 5 and 7, then to land on 2, and when we hit that 2 and 4, that's kind of like we're hitting that first chord from the beginning. Alright, so then you would hit it again, 1, 2, 3, as we're making the B sus chord now. So, alright. In the second run through, instead of going to the, we did the B sus to D major 7, instead of going to the F sharp minor, we just do another little octave thing where we do the 4A, 6G, slide up to 7 and 9, down to 4 and 6. Then we would do our initial octave walk down, the 7, 5, 4, 5, 2. Back to that, and then we would kind of just start the whole thing over again. All right, and after we go through that whole thing, a couple times, it may happen, a little more towards the outro or the final chorus, but we do just stay on the B sus2. Just kind of give it a couple hits, let it ring, a couple more again. Slide up to the 6G, couple hits onto 4G, and when we hit that 4, it's just basically being part of this G chord now. And the way we want to do it is we want to just palm mute the power chord of it. So we would have the 3 E5 on the A and D, just palm muted and just strumming it like eighth notes, kind of like a build up. All right, now we get us back into the verse or to the very end, you know. And the bridge section just takes you know, chords that we've seen, but it makes them, you know, majors and minors and shuffles it a little bit. But we start now on the bridge with just a straight up F sharp bar chord, so bar the 2s, 4 A and D, 3 G, and we stay on this for a little bit, just kind of shuffling through it. Couple hits, couple, one, couple, few, just alternate strumming, shuffling through. Drop down to a D major 7, sus2, so it's, you know, like what we've seen before, but we want to open high E now. So we do the open D, 2G, 2B, open high E. Couple hits, 1, 2, 3. And now we want a B minor. So just 2A, 4, D, and G. Get that 3 on the B with the 2 high E. Hit it, couple, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then we just go right through those 3 chords, you know, a handful of times. At the end of the bridge, we do a build up with the F sharp power chord into just an F sharp. So just do the 2 E, 4 A and D, just palm muted, strumming it, eighth note down strums, just go through that, you know, and then we mix through the 3 on the G, just building up. And that would get us into like the final chorus. And at the very end of the song, we just get a bigger, more, you know, heavier, I guess, version of what was happening in the intro and verses. So you keep all your, you know, effects on and do the full F sharp. So just 2 E, 4 A and D, 3 G, 2 B. All right, so just a big, nice chord there. And then when we do the D major 7, just a big full chord. All right, so 4 A, 6 D, 5G, 6B, 4E. A couple hits. All right, and this is just big now. Okay, just a big finish at the end. And once you get that, you should be all set.